Uh, the English club has just begun, and they are using a book which is 2030.
2030. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And then one lady is keeping on learning and sharing knowledge with other people. Their topics are many variety like hobby or cooking, and the club is very international online speech club, and also Japanese online speech club. So speech club is very interesting for me.
in Japan, so she had to navigate her friend in English, and she had a hard time. So she wanted to learn more about IT. So she started to learn from IT support certification, which is a good intro certification of IT knowledge or security. And she also used YouTube because they are free. There are a lot of free online lectures.
Yeah.
Yes. So, but she she learned financial literacy only for her work purposes because she used to work as an accountant, and she had to deal with taxes for herself. So this year her goal is like learn IT for her daily life purposes, including her taxes, and her goal is to get a financial planner. And but the difficult part is sometimes hard to keep motivation. And if COVID is over, she's planning to keep learning online and in person as well. And next, Azusa-san was talking about herself. She was also interested in financial planner certification. I guess a lot of people now interested in their financial planning. But in the English terminology is also hit her harder than she thought. So she maybe start learn from next year about this. But she actually passed the career consultant examination last year already, which she mentioned that this is her hobby because this is not actually not directly related to her job, but she wanted to learn this to develop her listening skill.
I see.
Yes.
Interesting.
And how she want to develop this is she
Yeah.
has many friends with a PhD around the world. So she can keep practicing how to listen to them, and also she can ask advice for them because she know better. They know better about each field. And next, Gaksan said she also mentioned that he really loved the SINCA session last September and December, which was a more debate style.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he found out like there's actually really great training for online team building,
Yeah.
especially with the people who met first time.
Yeah.
So he said he really miss it.
Yeah. Probably we should. Yeah.
Yeah. We should do it again.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
And Mayumi-san was last one. She's learning Russian and business skills. She wanted to learn leadership and management and also communication skill because she's in manager position right now in Sapporo, Hokkaido, because she's relocated and she now has older fellows and then they know what they're doing better than her. So in Sapporo. So she wanted to know better communication to give a good direction. And she find out she go to the seminar or do networking in Sapporo so that she can know the better information and in good resources through Sapporo companies or maybe good networking, and then she can learn something new from them. And also she doesn't forget to enjoy her life through hobbies, which is like a drum. And she already paid us find a school and paid for monthly fees, so she knows she has to practice, so which goes to actually good motivation, and she knows that improve her skills.
The high school students of the member. The one comment is teacher, not only high school teacher, but also this junior high and elementary or even university. They need to learn the methodology of the learning education, online learning, distant education or online learning education. Other than that, it's just like one way learning, and it's not interactive learning. So the teacher should learn basics of the online learning. Also, that selecting the contents and one of the difficulty of the keep learning online system is uh, the participants often drop out easily, and also the contents of the learning program is the key issue to keep learning. So the learner should be careful about that. Yeah. So that's about we discuss about it.
Okay. Good. Excellent. Let's go into the other group, number 6.
Ending their current skills or better contribution or better performance, or maybe because of the manager position that they newly get. And the other person is more on the hobby oriented. She has enjoyed art since she was small, so she's now realizing her child type dream, drawing, sketching, and stained glassing.
Yeah.
And the last person is more family oriented. She said that because of the young daughter she has, she's very interested in learning about infant or early age education. So those are the different type of what we want to learn. And in terms of how we want to learn, the most popular uh, system is the university. But approaching to university are different. Some people are talking about formal education, but also distance education or Coursera as the massive online, free online learning system, and also study abroad. And in addition to that, there are some, we talk about the books or searching on internet or attending to seminars of the expert. So those are the very different type of the approaches to learn. So that's what we discussed.
I see. Okay. Let's go to the last group, 7.
I think I'm going to start out with this.
Sure.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm Shiho, and I'm from group 7.
Right.
I'm going to start out with this really fascinating story by Junko-san. She told us the importance of keep holding on to your dream. She had this of so when she was around our age, the situation was a lot harder for women. Women it was hard for women to get jobs abroad, and she spent 5 years in Britain, but to sort of following her husband. But she had children. She had to raise children, so she wasn't really able to have time to study English. But she started to study English through NHK textbook, reading, and then she also got her first job that uses English skill. She hopes to keep learning English and fulfill her dream. And one of her kind of goal is she has a 6-year-old grandson, so she hopes to take him to US or UK in the future, stay with him, but also invest her time and energy and also a little bit of money for herself to start her life again and improve her English skill and also help others in need. So I thought that was a really interesting story. And then also there was a Hiro-san. He has this really interesting ideal career of studying, going to 2 to 3 universities at the same. That's kind of his ideal goal, and studying chem, biology, economics, geopolitics, music, then and spend a decade or two to graduate, and then work for in his middle age he wants to work for a company that's dedicated to sustainability, and after 40 years he wants to be a farmer, sort of give community, and then educate young generation to nurture talent. But he already realizes that's kind of like a big plan, but he wants to start by retiring earlier, and then do college again, and he's already majored in chem, so he now wants to study economics or geopolitics. So I thought that was kind of interesting as well.
Yeah. Good. Okay.
Yeah, and then two other people were talking about how to improve their work skills. They want to. So one of them is sort of having his first job as a team leader, managing experience, and he has a lot of projects. He's a consultant, but he has projects with JICA, and he has this background with engineering, but now he sort of has to integrate all these different reports, the energy sector, economy sector, different, come up with one big development plan for the developing nation. So that's a new challenge for him. And how he wants to do it, I think he kind of wants to widen his perspective, read a lot of things, and also and nurture his management skills well. And Anaya-san, her expertise is marketing and strategy. She wants to first of all change her lifestyle, and then probably she's thinking of changing her job. And she wants to kind of move up to a higher management level, so she wants to improve her English level, and so she's started taking online English programs and then joining all these English sessions as well. And aside from that, she wants to start a side business, and she's still thinking about what kind of business she wants to do, but she thought this app that this communication app is really interesting, so she's kind of looking at thinking whether she can do an HR or education plan in business. So pretty much what we talked about.
I see. Good. So it sounds like that there are quite a few online things that's available, and try to make the use of it. And well, it seems like that's just about the only one option right now, because we cannot get together. And one another thing which I heard was that debate or something much more structured may be a good idea. And okay, so thank you very much for coming, and I'll keep you posted. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Have a good night.
Thank you.